Veterans Day serves as an amazing opportunity to recognize the sacrifices of the men and women of our armed forces, a time to reflect on the reason we're free, and to explore the people that configure the backbone of our great democracy. At Cotner Funeral Home, we not only say Happy Veterans Day out of gratitude and tradition, but because we know the immense selflessness of our military and their families. So on this Veterans Day, we've gathered stories from those closest to us, including my own memories about my father.
Right. My name is Craig Saylor. I was a U.S. Army, 3 years, Spec 5. Military sort of found me instead of me finding the military. Back when I was a young man, we had a thing called the draft, and I was fortunate enough to have a low lottery number my year. I was number 18, and they called me. I got my greetings, and that was to go into the service in June of 1972. 3 days before I was supposed to be drafted, I joined, took an extra year, and got my choice of job and location.
So what was your job and location there?
The job was what was called a 73 Charlie. It was a finance with a secondary in human resources. Well, again, everyone will ask or say to us, thank you for your service. My response back to that is, it's been my honor to serve. So I would say that to anybody. It's an honor to have served in the military.
Dad joined the Navy when he was a couple years out of high school, and he just wanted an opportunity to serve, and so he went. He was on a destroyer, got to travel the world, and it was a really cool experience that he would always talk about, and he shared a lot of those details of, kind of where he went, what they saw. Fortunately, he was never in any battles, any conflicts, but it was still a great opportunity that he had to be in the Navy and serve the country. He had very clear memories of when Pearl Harbor had been bombed, and he talked a lot about that, of walking from church, and he remembers the day that happened, and he talked about that with us as we grew up. I think that had a big impact on him. I think that he wanted to make sure that the first opportunity he could to serve, he wanted to join and be part of the military. He just had such a great respect for the country, a great respect for the people who he knew were serving the country, and a lot of that started from when he was young. And so I think that just admiration and respect of our country and for others who had served encouraged him, that he said there's no question that he wanted to be a part of that and wanted to serve the country at that time. To finish our Veterans Day appreciation, we want to give thanks to a local hero and leader, Sergeant Titus Reynolds. Titus is honored on the mural on the exterior of our building, where he stands alongside other veterans who've made the greatest sacrifice to protect freedom wherever and whenever it is in danger. His sister, Rachel Reynolds, shares with us the type of person Titus was and why he was a leader in and out of the Army.
He knew he was funny, so he would make people laugh. He kind of was one of those carefree guys, and he was very unique. He was okay with who he was and just kind of owned it and wore that. One thing that I have to say I really loved about Titus, though, is so a lot of people kind of naturally flocked to him because his personality, because he was really kind. But I think one of my favorite things is he didn't have a particular crowd that he liked to hang with. He was equally and genuinely as nice to, the least to the greatest in society's eyes. And I actually really looked up to him for that. I really took that value into my own life. It's just simply remembering that the people that are serving are a mother or a father, a brother or sister, aunt, uncle. They are someone to someone else. There's significance to them, even a best friend. And just to remember that those people who are serving are making a sacrifice, but the families are also sacrificing because they are losing an aspect of that relationship of spending a lot more quality time together, and especially when there's distance. And what makes a family is not the proximity of where they're at, but it's knowing you're loved, and there's unity, and there's grace in the relationship. But I think that the biggest thing is just to remember these families, they are missing their loved ones. They're equally making a sacrifice.
At Cotner Funeral Home, We know firsthand the immense sacrifices of our military and their families. For that, we thank our veterans. We thank their families for the unwavering support and love they give to our greatest heroes. And we thank those currently serving for your bravery and dedication to protecting all we hold dear.